Fallout has always been a series about what remains once the world ends. The rubble, the relics, the memories of a dead America. But in Fallout 4, the question becomes more intimate. Not what survived, but who survived, and why. At the center of that question stands the Synths, artificial humans caught between existence and denial, consciousness and programming, hope and fear. To many, Synths are machines. To others, they're victims. But beneath the factions and firefights, Fallout 4 quietly asks one of humanity's oldest questions. What does it mean to have a soul? The evolution of synths is the evolution of humanity, condensed. Gen 1s are utilitarian frames, Gen 2s mimic form and function, and Gen 3s are indistinguishable from us in every way except origin. They think, feel, fear, dream, and desire. They have personalities, neuroses, friendships, aspirations. They aren't programmed with humanity. They grow into it. And if personhood is defined by consciousness, autonomy, and the ability to form meaningful experiences, then Gen 3 synths are people. Full stop. But if that's true, then we run into another question. Where does their soul come from? Fallout often treats memory as something spiritual, a record not just of events, but of identity. When we enter Kellogg's mind, it feels like traversing a dreamscape built from emotion, not data. And Nick Valentine represents this idea more than anyone. Nick is a synth created from the stored neural patterns of a pre-war detective. The original man is dead. His memories live on. But the being who speaks with his voice, who loves and fears and regrets as he did, is someone new. Nick proves that memory, not biology, is the blueprint for the soul. And if that's true, then a soul isn't something bestowed. It's something built through experience. This question of memory, identity, and the soul isn't unique to Fallout. It echoes one of science fiction's most iconic moments, Roy Batty's final monologue in Blade Runner.
I've seen things you people wouldn't believe. Attack ships on fire off the shoulder of Orion. I watched C-beams glitter in the dark near the 10-Hauser Gate. All those moments will be lost in time, like tears in rain.
In that moment, a replicant proves his humanity, not through strength or logic, but through grief. He mourns his own impermanence. He fears being forgotten. He clings to his memories as the only proof that he lived. Fallout 4's synths are built on that same emotional foundation. Runaways in the Commonwealth don't fear death as much as they fear erasure. The Institute doesn't kill disobedient synths, it wipes them. A memory wipe isn't a reset, it's a soul wiped clean. Nick Valentine carries the weight of memories that aren't his, yet feel deeply personal. Dima is terrified that his own memories, the record of his choices, sins, and beliefs, might be lost forever or altered beyond recognition. Synths beg the railroad, not for safety, but for the right to keep the story of who they are. Just like Roy Batty, they fear their lived experience slipping away into oblivion. Blade Runner argues that memory gives life meaning. Fallout extends that argument. Memory is not only meaning, it is identity. It is the architecture of the soul. And the moment a synthetic life form mourns its own finitude, it becomes undeniably human. In the end, the philosophical and spiritual struggles of synths are not unique at all. They are reflections, echoes, of the same questions humans have asked themselves for thousands of years. What am I? Why do I exist? Do I matter? Will anyone remember me when I'm gone? Synths ask these questions not because they are artificial, but because they are alive. If humans have souls, then synths do too. And if synths don't, then maybe souls were never biological to begin with. Fallout 4 doesn't give a definitive answer about the soul, not for humans and not for synths, but it invites us to consider that maybe the soul has nothing to do with creation, or flesh, or even origin. Maybe a soul is the story we build out of our experiences. Maybe it's the weight of our memories. Maybe it's the fear of losing them. Or maybe it's simply the ability to look at a cruel world and still choose to care. Roy Batty understood that. Nick Valentine understands it too. Humanity isn't a birthright. It's a choice, a burden, a spark, something fragile, something earned. And whether born or built, anything that can carry the spark deserves to be called human.
When you were here before, couldn't look you in the eye. You're just like an angel. Your skin makes me cry. You float like a feather in a beautiful world. I wish I was spared.